Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on News Radio 1040 WHO.
A few weeks ago, we got wind of a police report from earlier this year. This isn't one of those, this happened 20 years ago and I don't really remember anything. This is earlier this year. There's a police report from a former campaign worker saying that she was forcibly kissed on the mouth by the Admiral. He denied it. And then today in Politico, in a long piece about how he doesn't have a chance, this lady has now made it public. She's made her name public and she's issued another statement. So her name is Kimberly Strope Bogus. And the statement reads as follows. Anyone who knows me knows that I am honest to a fault. Michael Franken kissed me without my consent. It happened. And now, again without my consent, I am being mentioned by both sides as though I am a disposable pawn in the political machine. I hope we can all take a step back and look at how we treat women who come forward and how we react to their stories. What happened to me and what is happening to me now is not my fault. It's his. That has always been and will remain the truth, unquote. I feel really bad for her, by the way. Joining us to talk about this is Dr. Marie Cosgrove. She's an author and a speaker, and you're very welcome. How are you?
Hi, honored to be here with you.
This is quite the story. I feel so bad for this lady.
Yeah, because it tends to get political, and then they start saying, well, she's probably making it up. But the reality is, it is the woman who comes forward with something like that. It's tough because you have to have tough skin, because you're going to know that people are going to say it's not true, you're making it up for political purposes. So not only do you have to deal with the shame that what happened to you, you have to deal with people not believing what you're saying and then throwing you under the bus.
Right.
So I can totally relate to that. That is very unfortunate. So, of course, there are situations where people make stuff up, but it seems like he's had these type of accusations done before, and she actually filed a police report. It's not like this happened and she didn't take any action.
Right. She filed a police report. She's also signed something when she left the campaign originally that said she wasn't allowed to say anything disparaging about him. And so it was somebody outside with a political agenda, absolutely, who found this police report and broke this story. Now she does say she's being used by both sides, and I'm sure that's true. And as I said, I feel really, really bad for her. He is apparently accused of doing this with a bunch of other women as well. And what we're hearing is it's not. I mean, how do I say this right? First of all, I'm a girl dad, all right? So please understand if I trip over language here, because if anyone did this to one of my girls. Anyway, he doesn't see anything wrong in it, is what I'm trying to say. Someone told me, he's old school. I don't even know what that means. I'm getting up there in age. That would just never enter my head. I am a hugger, by the way. I hug humans, men and women, and I always say, "Are we hugging?" Before we hug. And if somebody doesn't want to do it, we don't do it. But as for the kiss on the mouth, I can't even imagine a circumstance where that could happen. I don't want to do the politics here because, as I say, I don't think there's much political here anyway. I don't think he stood a chance politically. So I don't think he's political, and they're from the same party.
Exactly. And, what I understood is that he just grabbed her by the collar and just kissed her in the mouth. And I'm sorry, the guy's married, and that's never right. Not even 20, 30 years ago, and It's not right today.
Right. This is not like a new thing where this is not right. This was not right when my dad was in his 20s. It wasn't right. Neither, God rest his soul, by the way. It wasn't right, and I don't understand how he's still in, to be honest with you. But as I say, I don't want to get into the politics of it. The police say because she wouldn't say anything disparaging about him, and there was no backup evidence, that the case is closed, and that's the end of that. Should it be?
Well, the thing is that I think from the police perspective, they're probably thinking, what's the evidence or what's the proof? It's her word against his, so that's kind of hard to deal with. But there have been other accusations. This isn't the first time. And the fact that he's saying, or they're saying that, oh, he's old school, so evidently it is a pattern that he has had, not only with her, but with other women. And I don't see how this would be a political on her part, because she was working for him.
Right.
So she's evidently part of that party. So she's not trying to tear down the party or anything like that. And like I said, it does take a lot to actually go out and file a police report and report something like that. And I can't imagine how uncomfortable that will be to have the guy you're working with to come and just pull your collar and just kiss you on the mouth without asking for it.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Do you think, I don't, by the way, I'm just putting that out there, do you think she'll go after him civilly after the election is over?
Yeah, I have no idea whether she would or she wouldn't. It depends on what type of disclosure non-disclosure that she signed, and what limits, what's in there. So I don't know the answer to that. But I do know that that it's good that the story is coming out, because people need to take responsibility. And we really don't need to have people like that in office, because if you're going to have someone that can't even, behave properly in that way, how can we trust them with government, within the government? So we already have enough problems as it is. So we really need to get these type of people out of there.
Dr. Marie Cosgrove, thank you very much. By the way, you have a most fascinating website. You should really check out this lady. You got a heck of a story to tell, which is simply mariecosgrove.com. And Marie, thank you very much. We appreciate you, Dr. Cosgrove, and thank you for making time for us today.
All right, thank you. Honored to be here with you.
Thanks a lot.